Welcome back, everyone. Well, their homes survived the Eaton Fire, but they're still not able to live in them.
KTLA's David Lazarus is here with the struggles some Altadena homeowners are having trying to really move back in. David, you said some wish it would have just burned down.
I honestly didn't see this coming until we got into the story and took a closer look and realized that for people who survived the fires, whose homes were relatively unscathed, the so-called remediation or the cleanup that followed created all sorts of additional headaches. Take a look.
I do feel like things might be moving along more quickly if our home had burned down.
Kristen and Connor Muirhead and their girls returned to their charred Altadena neighborhood after the Eaton Fire to find their home still standing, but totally uninhabitable. The intensity of the flames from next door blew out their windows, leaving a thick coating of ash and soot, as well as toxic debris throughout the house.
What landed on our walls? What landed on our things? You can't clean a lot of what's in our home, and even if you could, I don't think we would feel secure or confident that it was really clean.
We've been classified as severe damage.
Sisters Lisa and Debbie Maymarian, who have called Altadena their home for their entire lives, also have the same health and safety concerns. They, along with their dad, safely evacuated their childhood home.
By the grace of God, the house didn't burn.
Blessed, lucky, fortunate.
Double-edged sword, too.
That's because so much ash and soot seeped through the crevices of their property, making it uninhabitable for health and safety reasons.
It'll be a very long time, honestly, even after it's clean, before I feel comfortable being at home, if ever.
I always say we have a house, but we don't have a home. And I think that's the best way to describe it.
Anastasia and Mazzella's husband saved their home by putting out hot spots with a garden hose. But the house remains uninhabitable due to harmful toxins they can't see. And she says even great insurance may not help.
They'll say, you've got dust, some ash, but that can all be cleaned up. We'll mop the walls, we'll mop your floors.
Mazzella, a partner at an LA law firm that's been litigating wildfires for decades, says you have the right to hire an outside vendor to get your own estimate.
But it is very expensive.
A pack-out is the term for a proper remediation process where every single item in your home is sealed up and shipped elsewhere to be tested and cleaned. That company then provides a list to the homeowner of what items are and are not salvageable.
I've heard of some neighbors who said, well, my remediation company said that I don't have to get anything out. They'll just clean it while it's in the house. That's absolutely not the proper way to do remediation.
Mazzella says you may want to consider hiring an attorney if you have a dispute with your insurance company or if you choose to sue a third party, which in this case would be the entity that caused the damage. Neighbors like the Mammarians and the Muirheads are joining Mazzella's mass action lawsuit against Southern California Edison. Anyone else who wants to join the litigation has until January 7th of 2027 to climb aboard.
So we're going to be out of pocket for a lot of money, and we'd like for that money to be, it shouldn't cost us anything to come back to our home.
Just more fallout from the fire. You know, things you don't think of until you see stories like that.
Sure, and I want to really emphasize this point that remediation can be very expensive, especially bringing in an expert to challenge the findings of your insurance company. But in the long run, it might be the smartest play. Think of it as an investment in your home's future.
Yeah. And it takes a lot. I mean, I accidentally at one point burned my house down, so I know how it can happen where, like, the 2 rooms downstairs survived, but just all that smoke and the water damage, and it takes a lot to get all that stink, and it's like they deoxygenize it and stuff. It's a lot.
Well, and the greater danger is toxins that get into the walls, get into the floor, get into the ceiling, and that's very hard to deal with. And if you've got children, that can be obviously a real danger to health.
Yeah, absolutely. And I ran into some people who are having trouble to get that remediation happening, getting the process going. They've called their insurance company 3, 4, 5 times a day for 3-4 weeks straight, and they do not get a response.
Wow.
And it's one of the women we talked to said, well, the insurance company says we'll just wipe the walls and mop the ceiling. Obviously, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
has
the
a house
vents and
that-
everything need to be cleaned out as well.
Yes.
Very stressful. And you both have done great work on the aftermath of the fire. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really
We want the community to rebound as fast as possible and
Please.
as safe as possible. That's for sure. Great job, David.